Hello, this is your favorite high cheekbone sister Zadi and welcome back to my channel. If you are relatively new, I want to say thank you for tuning into this channel, subscribing, commenting, sharing, liking, just do all of that so we can get the content rolling. So you guys, okay, recently I did a video about what kind of items can be imported into Liberia, specifically a country that rely heavily on importation. But now though, a lot of people are trying to get into the agriculture space. So in addition to just this video I released recently, there were questions of, hey, does the agriculture ministry allow for importing to the country tax-free? And even what about export? So with all these questions being asked, my first thing is, why don't you go to the website and get all this information yourself, the Liberian Agriculture Ministry website, and get all this information? Unfortunately, a lot of this info is not on there, so people are relatively confused. And who do they ask? It's me. One, because I've already have experience, not necessarily exporting into the country, but I do a lot of importing because we have a poultry farm and I am also engaged in other agricultural activities. Breaking news, I don't share a lot on this channel anymore because they have a lot of wandering spirits. So there are some things I would share about my personal businesses and there are other things I won't share. But this right here is important as we are looking to grow our agriculture sector. So let's get straight to the point, okay? If you are importing into the country, that means that you're sending things into the country, agriculture product based. Listen to the first part. If you're exporting, the second part is also for you, but the information is very important for both exporter and importer, okay? So let's just go from there. A lot of this info is very important. Take notes. Even if it's not 100%, just also know this is my experience and also the conversation I've had with previous minister and current minister. Okay, so let's start from there. If you are importing, again, sending agriculture-based products into the country, there are several things. I'm gonna list about 5 of them and a little bonus, so that would be 6. So the first thing you want to do is to write 2 letters, okay, to the agriculture minister. So in this case, your first letter would be asking for an exemption, and then the next letter would be a waiver of entry into the country. So I'm going to break all of this down to you so you can have much better understanding. So the first thing you want to do within your letter is to address the minister professionally. So you will say, dear so and so, assuming your minister name is so and so, which I doubt. The current minister would be Mr. Nuetah. I don't want to ruin the name right there. But maybe you're not doing it right now and you're going to be doing this in like the next 7 years. Ask for the agriculture minister and say within your letter, dear minister, I am so and so. So it would be, dear minister, I am Emma blank from this farm. So you want to have a registered farm. You don't want to just randomly try to import things in the country, especially agriculture-based product, and then you're looking for exemption. So you want to make sure if it's not a farm, it should be an agriculture business. So it could be, dear minister, I am John Paul from X, Y, and Z farm, or dear minister, I am this from X, Y, and Z agriculture store. Do you see that? I am writing to ask for an exemption on blank, blank, blank. Now, here's what you will need to add to your letter. The quantity and the name of the item. So the quantity and type. So for example, if you're in poultry business like me, chicken eggs business like me, you would say, I am so and so from so and so farm. I am looking for an exemption for egg products. So in this case, it could be maybe corn, concentrate, vaccination, whatever. So you're gonna say, I am looking for exemption. We use corn in this example. 10 tons of corn. Okay, you need to find out the term specifically for these items. So I am looking for an exemption for 10 tons of corn. What kinds of corn it is, where it's coming from, who is sending it, and the corn becomes the name of the item. The quantity is the tons. Okay, so you're looking about the number of bags. Okay, that is the quantity. That's exactly what you want to say at first. Then if you're importing more than one item in one shipment, you want to include all of those items in your manifest. So you want to say, again, we're doing poultry. If I'm importing corn, vaccination, and concentrate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to list this kind of concentrate. How many tons? 20 tons, whatever. The name of the concentrate, like the type, the quantity, and then you're going to say corn, the type, the quantity, vaccination, the name of the vaccination, the quantity. You want to list all your items specifically on your manifest. Okay, after you do that specifically, you want to now send the letter. Okay, in terms of make sure you have like what day specifically is supposed to actually arrive in the country. Okay, so you do all of this within the letter. After you do such a thing, then you send your letter. Make sure though, this is so important, you give ample time before you ship your item. So if, for example, you need to ship your item 3 weeks from now, you want to contact the minister 3 weeks ago. So you want to give yourself 6 weeks, because what's going to happen if the minister doesn't see your letter and now your items has been shipped, it's obviously going to be left there and you're going to pay your taxes because you didn't give yourself ample time for this minister to see your letter and approve all of it before the thing starts to travel. So when you do that, you have ample time and a ship from the country is supposed to ship in the arrival time. You want to do a follow-up letter and state what was previously said in your letter, and you are doing a follow-up to your request. Okay, now within that is you are requesting a waiver, meaning when the items get to Liberia, you're requesting a waiver for tax exemption, so you don't want to pay taxes, because this is something that the country is encouraging to be more involved in agriculture-based businesses, and therefore you're exempt from paying taxes. So now these items are in the country, oh my God, it's gonna get in the country on the 16th. Oh, now it's the 9th. You want to send in this waiver so that when the minister approves, you go get your item, is tax-free. So that is the import aspect of all of this. If you have any objection to make to what I've said, leave a comment. If you have any concern, and if you even have further questions, leave it in the comment below. However, subscribe to this channel, subscribe, like. If you like any part of this content, please just leave a thumbs up and or share the content with any other person that may want to utilize it. If you stumble upon this content but you, however, does not have such a business, you can send it to somebody who may have this business as well. Okay, so that is the import. Now we're moving on to the export. So you want to export your little business, you've grown your crops, or perhaps you're thinking about it, but now you want to export out of the country. First of all, you need one. Take note, you need the Phantom certificate. This certificate allows you to export out of the country. You're probably wondering, what is that? How do I get it? You're in the right place. The first thing you want to do is to write the minister proper. Again, it's not the minister. Please do not write the minister. You need to write the minister proper. this minister proper will definitely send this info to the Minister of Agriculture. Okay, do you see the order of things? Within that letter, you want to state the quantity of item and what it is. Remember, in import, you need to tell what kind of item it is and how many, what the quantity is. So you need to state, for example, if you are exporting pineapple, you want to say, I am exporting this kind of pineapple. I am exporting blank tons of pineapple. You want to state that, okay? So how you're going to write this, you're going to say December 10, giving you an example, December 10, I am going to be shipping blank kind of pineapple, how and the number of tons, maybe 50 tons of pineapple to the United States, to California, to Los Angeles, blah, blah, blah. You want to write all of that in there. But what's very important though, is to definitely do this a month ahead, okay? Because like I said, when you're doing things around the holiday, people are busy. When you're doing things around the busy time, people will not respond to you. So you want to do this close ahead of time, okay? So your things don't rot or then you will panic. After you get all this done and you have been approved and certified, then this is when the Liberia Revenue Authority comes in terms of how much you are to pay. Okay, these steps are so important. I want you to get all these steps together before then we start talking about how much things are supposed to cost. So I don't want to bore you with all this information. The exporting thing are steps based. So you get your certificate. Before you get your certificate, you need to contact the Minister Proper. Minister Proper is going to communicate with Agriculture Minister. With all these details within, you're going to get certified. If you are certified, now you're ready for your goods to be shipped. But before it is, the Liberia Revenue Authority need to be connected. They will appropriately tell you based on these factors, this is how much you are to pay to export. So the next time we go into this discussion, we will talk about cost. We'll also answer some other questions that need to be addressed. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Share this video, leave a comment. If any part of this content you like, leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If you don't care, share this video and leave a thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Mwah.